Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be continuing Master Detective Archives Rain Code. So, we are now jumping right into our second mystery labyrinth. Let's do this. And where we last left off, it was a very long episode. So we are now going to be solving who exactly the nail killer is. I have my suspicions on the worshipper. However, I'm actually not sure about a few things, like what exactly happened during the time of the murder. So some of my questions are related to, for example, we learned about someone getting bludgeoned on the head for one of the later victims.
Where am I?
Yo, Hallara! And this time Hallara Nightmares are joining us, who was our partner during the investigation.
What should I do? I'll need to explain everything, won't I?
We don't have much of a choice now. No point in keeping secrets here.
Hallara? Let me explain.
I like that sort of effect they use to just fast forward the explanation.
And that's how this mystery labyrinth involving the Nailman killings materialized.
So I guess that's not against the contract to reveal our pact with Shinigami as long as we already use the coalescence ability. The coalescence ability being our ability to sync in with other people's fortes.
I see. So mystery labyrinths are materialization of mysteries themselves, and the truth is encased deep within. I appear to have underestimated you. This is an amazing forte.
Yeah, unlike everyone else in the Amaterasu Express, quite a few of theirs were a bit of duds. Wouldn't have made much fun for, coalescing with them if we ever got a chance to.
I must admit, it's quite a superhuman power. As far as I know, no other ability comes close to this. Who are you? I refuse to think you're just a trainee detective.
I'm sorry to say, but the amnesia is genuine.
To be honest, this isn't my ability.
Before you continue, tell me, who is that woman beside you?
Is that fine? Can we tell her about
Her
her?
name is Shinigami.
Yes, we can.
I think the simplest way to describe her is that she's a guide for the mystery labyrinth.
Don't worry, Hallara. I choose you, not Shinigami.
That's me! I'm also Master Scary Cute Mentor.
On to my next question.
You're just gonna ignore me?
It's better off that way.
You mentioned the Nailman case just now. I had heard the rumors about that around town. Why are you investigating that case?
Huh? What are you talking about? We were just investigating the Nailman case together.
The Nailman. We were pursuing that case together?
What? Did she forget everything?
You don't remember? There was a young boy who wanted to hire a detective and...
Yo, Azinu. Welcome. We're just doing the introductions right now with the Mystery Labyrinth. And I did a short recap, but it's just Hallara right now, as we re-explained to her how the Mystery Labyrinth works. But apparently Hallara has some sort of amnesia too. The moment she entered, she doesn't seem to recognize the case details.
I do remember you received a request from a child about some case.
Anyways, good to see you, Azinu.
And you ended up seeking my help. The cost for hiring me was 5,500,800 Shin.
It's great that she remembers the cost, but not the actual details of the case.
You'll remember the exact amount.
Rest in peace, Yuma.
But I can't remember what the case involved. I do vaguely recall investigating something. My mind is clouded. I don't remember exactly what was being investigated or what was discovered.
I like Yuma's sheepish expression when his mouth turns into Himiko's.
Could that be?
Yeah, it's because of the mystery labyrinth. The Mystery Labyrinth is a fortress protecting the truth, so outsiders usually can't reach it.
So she already knew the
If someone
truth.
did happen to wander in, their memories of the case would be locked away.
Well, she likely already knew the truth of the case, or they already knew the case. But it seems that knowledge is taken away since the Mystery Labyrinth hides the truth.
Though, if you have a pact with me, you wouldn't be affected. But I guess that part of the pact can't be shared.
This is the Mystery Labyrinth's defense mechanism, then. It makes sense for a vault that protects its treasure, the truth, to have a significant level of security.
Yep, totally not strange at all. Halara here sure is smart.
She can hear you this time, you know.
Halara.
Oh, don't mind her. She gives people random nicknames.
Anyway, since my memories of the case have been taken away, I will provide a supporting role for your investigation.
You've already been.
Supporting role?
As long as we're in here, I will act as your assistant. Well, that's the same as our original agreement.
That means we can't rely on Halara's detective skills to blast through this dungeon. That's unfortunate, but it's still nice to have an ally.
We can still rely on their detective abilities. Their ability to use facts and logic is independent of their memories.
Hey, Master, before we head into the Mystery Labyrinth, let's do that thing.
Huh? What thing?
Oh, it was evidence breakdown, and when you vomited it all over us.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
Yeah, I am.
I wonder if Halara will remember what happened in here after we're done with it. Oh, we're getting the blade this early, huh?
This world is just full of surprises. I assume that sword is used to cut down enemies interfering with your progress through the Mystery Labyrinth.
Manifestations of the mystery.
You're right. It's a special sword that can interact with things here.
I better materialize the solution keys I got during the investigation, too.
God, I hate when my controller shakes when she does that. The controller barely shakes in this game, but they always do it and make a point when she vomits.
Do you have to vomit them out every time?
My sentiment.
What? Should I use a different hole instead?
Sorry, please don't mind her.
Alright, we're all set. Now, let's unriddle this Mystery Labyrinth. Our target is the true culprit who preys on the truth.
Laura!
I understand that progressing through this Mystery Labyrinth will allow us to obtain the truth.
I don't know if we just stand here, it's fine.
What happens to us if we can't find it?
We'd be lost, wandering around here forever.
But as long as we reach the truth, it doesn't matter how much time we spend here.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, but there's a time limit for solving the Mystery Labyrinth.
But
Oh, what?
There's a limit to how long you can stay in here. Stick around too long and your soul will leave your body behind.
that's fine.
Your soul will wander until it's eventually absorbed by the Mystery Labyrinth, and you vanish entirely. In other words, you die.
Why are you laughing? You should have told me this a long time ago!
Oh, relax. Quit whining. The detective is bound to die anyway. Isn't that right, Halara?
Shinigami's expressions are pretty funny when
It's no different from our usual line of work. A detective's life is always on the line.
See? Listen up, Master. You might learn something.
You're taking this awfully well, Halara.
Alright. Yeah, we don't need to keep on walking for no reason. We just have to wait for the dialogue to finish. Is this the dodging thing?
What's this?
Alright,
They
time to
seem
get our
to
next
represent the
flash.
4 crime scenes. I assume that solving all 4 will allow us to progress.
Oh, I see.
You see? Master, this is your job. So what's first? How about starting with the clock tower, since it was the first one you investigated?
Yeah, not that
If
matters
the
with
numbers are
Lars,
set chronologically, then the clock tower would be the 4th locked room mystery.
I wonder if there's an order switch happening here. Let's see though. Yo, Alara! Girl! What's up, dude? Good girl.
First
Other.
off,
Aren't you gonna check the scene at the clock tower first? Let's go once you're ready. And you too, I guess.
Let's solve this thing!
The clock tower crime scene is the 4th locked room. Let's hurry, Master! Okay, so. As I said before, I'm actually suspecting the worshipper as the culprit due to the 3rd case where we saw that the paint bucket was spilled, and that would only suggest that the first person to witness it was actually the worshipper, but he was also the murderer, so he doesn't count as a witness for the flashback that happened, and that's why the paint bucket was spilled after. But there's still some things unexplained, such as is the arm injury from the non-relevant. Maybe she got it when she was climbing the staircase or something. Although I'm not sure if she'd be able to fit through the vent in the first case, that is, in the casino. There's also the 3rd cases, or rather the murder in the mansion, I believe. No, the art gallery. The victim was bludgeoned from the back rather than strangled. There's not really any details with regards to the actual murder itself. All of the crime scenes aren't where the crime took place, or just where the bodies was displayed. So I am curious about if there will be some revelation that will show that it's not as simple as the worshipper is the culprit. Or maybe there's multiple culprits among them. Maybe each of the clergy and worshippers of the church is responsible for each murder. Wouldn't that be interesting? Although I wouldn't see how at this point. Second dialogue? Bonus dialogue?
first off,
Okay, fine. No. Let's pick the wrong answer. The first locked room.
The clock tower crime scene is the 4th locked room. Did you forget already? Ha! Maybe you'll have a better memory than a goldfish in the next life.
Okay, calm down. I'm just wondering, like, why do we have to investigate that one? And these don't necessarily represent the order of the crimes. This is just an assumption we made. Jeez. All right, let's see the 4th locked room.
Are you going to the 4th locked room?
Okay, that confirms it. Nah. No, okay. Oh, we can choose, I guess, in the future, not now.
Are you going...
No time limit visible, though. So that's probably just the narrative time limit.
This is an exact replica of the clock tower crime scene. Shinigami, you didn't recreate it with your powers, did you?
Yeah, this is not a memory.
No, I can only do that when I hit you so hard in the head you almost die. It looks to me like the crime scene materialized in the labyrinth on its own.
So that's not always a given, but in this case it could happen.
the 4th locked room is the latest chronologically, correct?
Supposedly.
That's right.
Well, it should
This is
still
also
fits
what
in.
got me involved in the mailman killings.
What are the details of the case? Try to tell me as concisely as possible.
The crime was a locked room murder inside the storage room of a clock tower. In the middle of the room was a woman's corpse covered in countless nails.
Which means that's the corpse.
Yuma's getting slightly more used to looking at corpses. I mean, I know it's just a figment of our imaginations right now, but still. Looking more and more like a
there were
professional.
also lots of dolls nailed to the walls. It looked just like one of those bizarre crime scenes left behind by that Nailman guy from the urban legend.
Hence the Nailman killings. From the look of it, the door was locked from the inside.
Although it was busted open by the police, apparently.
Yeah, it was locked until the body was discovered.
So, my speculation on this room, to recap, is they escaped through the shuttered windows. Although it was found locked when they entered this, and it locks when it fully closes, and remains open when it's fully remains ajar. And when it's open halfway through, it slides back down to the fully closed position, which then locks itself. My preposition was that some sort of pulley system and a rope was set in place so it wouldn't close all the way, and they would only need to remove the rope once they set the body in place and set the crime scene to lock the door from the inside, set the scene, and then escape through the window, and then take the rope with them to close the shuttered windows and keep it locked, to make it look like locked in this room. That's my guess anyways.
There's only one window, and its shutters were down as well. I see. So the shutters were locked too.
This is the 3rd floor of the clock tower. It's too high up to jump from here.
So it really is a locked room mystery.
Hey! If this is a locked room, aren't we stuck in here too? Oh no! Master! You're trapped unless you solve this mystery! Otherwise, you'll run out of time and your soul gets snuffed out! You better hurry!
Oh, is this when the... is this when the time limit begins? Oh no.
Huh?
Really? Here? Okay. Where did the culprit flee from?
I see. So that's how to make the questions appear.
I'm surprised you're so calm after saying that. Here! It has to be here! The culprit must have escaped through the window.
And your reasoning?
When I arrived at the scene, the window shutters were closed. It was wet underneath the window, but I could tell it was already starting to dry.
Which means the window was open not too long ago.
It's likely the culprit escaped through the window and closed the shutters on the way out.
Is it possible to close the shutters from the outside?
The shutters close on their own.
Yes, this style of shutter automatically locks, so if you let go of the shutters at the right height, its momentum pulls it down, and once down, it locks all on its own. In other words, the culprit held up the shutters while moving outside. Once they let go, it automatically locked.
In that case, let's try leaving this locked room in the same way!
Right, let's try it.
Oh, looks like it's our first thingy-mabob.
The Nailman killings have already been solved.
Right there, dude.
Is he that peacekeeper?
It's a mystery phantom! The people covering up the case in the real world are manifested like that here to stop us!
You think the culprit really escaped from here? This high up?
Rope.
If you fall, you die. Why don't you give it a try?
Help!
Rope. Rest in peace, Heller. Well, they really should be going with this.
Don't drag me down with you!
We can't leave the guests behind, Hallara! It would be downright unmannerly!
Besides, you're better off with Shinigami, because she's the guide to this mystery labyrinth. You'd be lost without her.
So simple!
Dealing with continuous attacks. Press the correct buttons when you think you have the correct answer to the questions the mystery phantom throws at you. Attacks are gonna keep coming, but be careful. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults? Why would you take damage for avoiding it all? They used the rope.
Yuma, the mystery labyrinth is a manifestation of a mystery. So solving it will get us out of this, right?
Closing their eyes. I would do the same.
I think so!
The culprit wouldn't have fallen out of the window like we did. They would need a tool to get up and down.
A tool?
You should have found something during the investigation. I was helping you, after all.
Confidence.
You must have seen the answer with your own eyes. Try to remember.
It was drawn by the priest. Not the priest, though. Well, I don't know what to describe him as. The fatso. The clergyman.
Concentrate!
What the culprit used to escape from the high location. Remains of strange shutter.
No, I can't dodge it!
Oh, okay, sorry. This is a bit confusing.
Master, concentrate!
What did the culprit use to escape from the high location? Burnt remains of a strange rope. Shutter.
No, I can't dodge it!
What? I'm so confused by this. Oh, was it just the two and I need to select the first one? The first one's kind of fast.
This must be it!
That's it! We found the burnt remains of that rope in the incinerator at the church. The culprit had used that rope to escape through the window.
What traces did using the rope leave behind? There were some marks on. That is so fast. I can't even read that out loud at that time.
The nail that was stuck in the doll under the window had some rub marks on it. The culprit must have tied the rope there. That's why those nails have been hammered in below the window.
It wouldn't be possible to climb down a rope simply hooked onto a window, unless you've had special training for it. There's no way an amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down.
I just realized he's using his megaphone as an attack.
In that case, it couldn't have been an ordinary rope. It must have been...
Climbing a rope is actually quite difficult.
What's that?
It's not as easy as you think.
I can't hear you!
What were the ropes and burnt remains originally? There's a ladder, or a half ladder really.
Ah!
Safety line, rope ladder.
I'm right here with you. In spirit, anyway.
The rope ladder. Although we only saw like the bars and the one side of the rope, but I guess the other side of the rope worked. Nice landing.
Ow! We're alive, I think.
Yuma, are you okay?
Yeah, thanks. You saved me, Halara.
Correct. It's all thanks to me. Money well spent, no?
I answered all the questions.
Well, it was a lot of money.
Come on! Are you two just gonna keep staring at each other all day? Let's get out of this locked room!
Right.
So this is the rope ladder in question. It certainly would help you escape. The details of the case are still unclear to me. Was this found in the church's incinerator?
Yes.
That's right. It didn't concern me at the time.
Why would it not concern you?
Makes sense now. The rope can be folded in the middle, and then the ends can be connected together.
Is that how it works? Huh. I've never heard of a rope like rope can be folded in the middle and then the ends can be connected. That's a lot of connecting.
That's how they made a rope ladder.
What makes you so sure it was used here?
The nail under the window showed signs of friction from a rope and had some yellow fibers on it. A clergy member showed me the rope's burnt remains, and I noticed it was the same yellow color. And there were footprints on the ground below the window of the clock tower, facing the wall. Thinking about it now, these were clearly signs that someone climbed down the rope ladder and landed there.
Wait, wasn't the rope ladder hitched on that nail? How did they get it down from the bottom?
See, I thought they doubled it over, but now I don't know.
The culprit could have cut it one rung at a time as they descended. By the time they reached the bottom...
That explains why it looked like that at the end.
It would have been one long single rope, which they could easily pull down.
The window's shutters fell due to its weight and locked automatically, completing the locked room.
Yep, that's a stellar deduction. Major props.
Alright, pretty much exactly how I imagined it.
To me for training you!
The only thing I didn't really understand was, you know, how they would climb like a rope ladder without this other half somehow, but apparently it was arranged like that. Alright, more sus time, I guess.
The culprit used that rope ladder to escape the clock tower. What of it?
He's back!
That doesn't change our verdict at all. The watchmaker is the culprit.
It's not decisive evidence, but we know the watchmaker is afraid of heights.
Master, boom kill the mystery phantom blocking your path!
Yeah!
We also know they're not typically wearing loafers. Fear of heights, dorky.
These deductions of yours are unnecessary. It's clear who the culprit is. The watchmaker was nearby at the time of the crime. The watchmaker was also at the scene. And he had a hammer for the nails. In other words, he committed the crime. After committing the crime, just as you deduced, he created that locked room.
Say!
Oh, right. I swung it too early. Okay, sorry.
These deductions of
I was
yours
getting
are
antsy there, expecting it.
unnecessary. It's
Taking out.
clear who the culprit is.
Am I taking damage for breaking
nearby
these?
at the time of the
I
crime.
thought I could just break through them, but maybe not.
The watchmaker was also at the scene. And he had a hammer for the nails. In other words, he committed the crime. After committing the crime, just as you deduced, he created that locked room and escaped via the rope ladder.
This is the truth! The watchmaker is afraid of heights. He couldn't even look out the windows as he went up the tower. No way he climbed a rope ladder that high up. So it's impossible for him to have committed the crime. He's not the nail man. Damn you!
Yeah, that's not decisive. Could always just be something you overcame during that time. Still, there's more crime scenes to
You
be
said
overlooking.
these mystery phantoms try to cover up the case, right? Which means the Peacekeeper Seth is trying to do just that.
I don't know why, but it's clear the Peacekeepers are involved with this case.
Perhaps it is connected to Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Now you're only wondering that? Seriously, that's the whole point of why we're investigating cold cases right now.
All the more reason to seize the truth. Let's go.
And if that was the case, you shouldn't have, like, charged us for what we were tasked to do anyways.
Right.
Jeez, who's the protagonist here?
By the way, Yuma, about your sword. Does it only work on cues and mystery phantoms?
The solution blade works against anything in the mystery labyrinth. So don't cut your allies by mistake, Master.
You could have told me that sooner.
Can I use that sword?
Ooh, so sorry. Only Master is able to use it because he made a pact with yours truly. You may be under the effects of coalescence, but you're just an extra here, Halara. So, nope, you can't use the solution blade.
So they can't do the solutions for us.
I was merely curious. Regardless, it's best I act as support, since I don't have any memories of what happened. Let's return to the case. Assuming the watchmaker isn't the culprit, do you have any notion of who is?
Yes.
I do. Halara, during the investigation, you claimed one of the people at the church is the culprit. I think I understand the reason why now. That rope was found inside the incinerator, which only clergy members could access.
In other words, whoever tried to destroy the evidence is a member of the church. Prompt and logical. I am quite impressive.
Wait, you're tooting your own horn?
I mean, she didn't know the details of the first case, though. This is not in Playable Loop. It's kind of fancy, though. It's church-like. Wait, don't tell me there are trophies here, too. Ugh, that'd be annoying. Where are trophies at? Oh, is this one of the solution keys?
You know,
I wonder what lies ahead.
Well,
There's always a chest at the end of the Labyrinth. I'm sure you'll find some treasure. I'd rather get information about the case than treasure.
I see.
I see. You solve mysteries like this to progress your way through the Labyrinth.
wow!
Catch on quick, Alara. I'm only now getting the hang of things. It may look peculiar at first, but the structure is exceedingly logical. It's easy to understand. That's amazing, Halar. That's a lot of assumptions you're making for not seeing more than half of the mechanics in this, but sure. Alright, now let's see what this solution key is.
hey! A treasure chest! Can I open it?
Oh my gosh. Freaking stumble.
Check it out! A new solution key!
It's pointing at these three only, and not the... what's it called? The worshippers, since technically you wouldn't have access to the incinerator. This is one of the things I was wondering about, because it doesn't seem like it perfectly corresponds to every case.
We're back to the original spot.
That is to say, the worshipper doesn't seem to be the perfect culprit for every single case.
So, we cleared the first route. We just need to keep this up and go through each shrine one by one to gather clues about the culprit, which supposedly leads to solving the real-life case. I'm starting to understand how the Mystery Labyrinth operates.
You learn fast. Unlike a certain master I know.
If you're so impressed, why don't you just sign a pact with Halara?
Oh, are you sulking? You're the jealous kind, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
We're short on time, aren't we? Let's move on.
Right.
Short on time, yet supposedly time doesn't move here.
I can't wait to reap the culprit's soul. What do we do next? You can choose whichever you want, so why not start with the one you're most confident with?
Let's see.
Ooh, choice. Number 4. Again. Yeah, we can't choose this again. Okay, fine. Honestly, the silver bullet that I'm fairly sure about is case number 3, where there was the paint spill. But I don't know about 1 and 2. Like, number 1 was the casino. Did the nun injure herself climbing that thing? I'm not entirely sure if she can fit through the vent. And I don't really know who would necessarily, if there's any best culprit for the second case inside the mansion. I know the mechanism of how they hid the key underneath, but there wasn't really anything particularly telling of who did it among the clergy.
The third locked room was a murder that happened 1 month ago in the art gallery storage in Ginma district. Pictures and paint were scattered all around the spot where a woman was boom killed. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing! Are you going to the third locked room? a locked room again?
This was the corpse that was discovered by that worshipper and the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but it opens just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself is too small for even a child to squeeze through. How did the culprit vanish from here?
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure how the key got locked there unless Worshipper was very bold to put it on very quickly as he entered the room. And I'm not entirely sure where the thing takes place, the window. Where did the culprit flee from? The culprit had to flee from here. It's pretty much impossible no matter what to escape through the window. These are question mark points. Oh, those are choices too. Why can't you select a painting for one of these?
Here! I think the culprit could have only escaped from here, but...
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
No, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside after committing the crime.
The culprit just used a copy of the key? Would that really be considered a locked room mystery?
Well, there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate. I learned that thanks to you, Halara.
One of the keys is always carried by that one employee. It was used when the body was first discovered, right? And the only other key was nailed through a doll onto a painting.
Yep, that must have been when the Worshipper put it on, right when he entered.
Oh, it is a locked room mystery, right?
I don't understand the significance of the window, though. I think that's just a red herring. Like, just to say that they couldn't have gone through it.
I suppose you could call it that. Hey, Yuma, can you go check outside of that window?
There might have been a rope used for something there, but I don't know for what purpose.
Just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved.
Huh? Wait, did you already solve this mystery?
You haven't?
That's fucking... Come on, Yuma.
How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
All right.
They recreated
let's go
everything
see.
outside the crime scene, too. Where's it, girl?
Come
What are we
on.
gonna find outside the window? If Halara knows the answer, why not just tell us?
Well,
I'm supposed to be the one solving the mysteries. Besides, getting the answers from Halara will cost a lot of money. It's your money, it's your pride, it's your memory. Poor Triple O Master. Come on.
Beats me.
Go check out the window. Even you should be able to figure out the truth.
all right.
Okay, I got it. No need to worry, just believe in yourself. Is there gonna be something in your way? Oh no, we just teleported there.
Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again?
Halara told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
I am wondering why she wants us to check it twice.
Hey, maybe the culprit threw the key in through the window.
That wouldn't be possible.
That way, the key would be found inside.
At least not with the nail there.
Well, how about that theory?
Is this the storage key?
Which means...
Because of the culprit, what happened to the key?
This one's a freebie! I was right! Just toss it in there, Master!
The culprit threw the key inside?
Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window?
No.
Master, hurry up and throw the key!
No, that's not what happened.
Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna fall!
That's the right answer?
How? Didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why
Yeah, this
the
was
key
just an
found
entire
inside,
thing.
right?
No, the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in. The key was nailed to a painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room.
Oh, right. But if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how is the key left in the room?
If you can't nail the key after throwing it...
Okay, that was fast.
You're back. The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
Master! You got the doll and nail!
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Try it out. Doing so will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master!
You just recreate the locked room. I don't remember what painting it was on for though. I think it was just a scenic
You gotta think like
setting.
the culprit, Master!
Locked room recreation. Think about how the culprit created the locked room and follow the same steps to complete the room.
That place is suspicious.
Inspect items following the sequence of events. Some of the items weren't used in the crime, so be careful.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery. First, do something about that doll.
I think there was a painting.
All right, first, take the painting. The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting. Next, both were stood up at a certain location.
Was it stood up against the wall? I don't remember that. It was just on the floor in the flashback. Seriously, I don't remember being stood up against there, but he's saying that's what happened.
Oh? So you nailed...
Bonus dialogue.
You need to set the painting with the doll nailed to it somewhere. Think the next steps over.
I'm afraid this is gonna be wrong, but okay. Did they set it against the wall?
The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the part with the pierced doll is right next to the window.
Oh, did they nail it from outside, the key?
After that,
I mean, that works too, I guess. They don't need to take their time hammering it in super quickly in the doll.
then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room.
See, I didn't even think there was enough room for a nail to be set like that. I mean, I know a nail can go through, but for it to have enough room to get a good angle to nail it down. Why is there a wall here? Was a...
The painting you stood up can be viewed from outside the window. But the gap in the window is small. It limits your options.
Apparently it was nailed right here, in this moment.
I can see the painting and doll through the window,
but I can barely fit my hand through the gap.
Last time you said it was just a finger.
The doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key in your hand, Master.
Yeah, the culprit took the key and then...
Hung on a nail stuck to the doll. Painting with the doll. I don't think I was hung, because that would reverse the order.
The culprit nailed the key to the painting, along with the doll from outside the window. Finally...
Okay. Knock the painting toward the room, that makes sense.
I pushed the painting into the room. It completes the locked room mystery! This is how the culprit did it!
Well, that makes it less suggestive of it being the worshipper, but the paint is still a big hint of the sequence of things. It ends just like that? That was fast. Yeah, we're not going to be talking about the paint until much later, I guess.
It took some time, but you've reached the truth behind this locked room.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me?
What's up?
What is it?
You don't look very happy.
Oh!
Oh, I was just thinking about the locked room at the art gallery storage. I think anybody could have recreated that. Agreed. Anybody can make a locked room mystery. The culprit, the mailman, anyone. Right. But it could only be the Whisperer.
Hey, a treasure chest! Ooh, who's gonna open this one? We should let the meanest one of us open it.
How would you decide that?
Like this! I'm the meanest! Let's check out this treasure! Huh?
What's wrong?
It's empty!
What the heck?
Huh? Why? After all we went through to solve this locked room.
This must mean solving the third locked room mystery doesn't necessarily bring us any closer to the ultimate truth.
That's terrible. I suddenly feel so tired.
We can't call it quits. We gotta keep going. All right, let's keep going and solve the remaining locked rooms.
Alright, let's head to the mansion. At least I know the mechanism for that, even if we don't know the culprit. It seems that if we're not getting any hints of who the culprit is, then at least I can be confident of how the mechanism worked. For the mansion, I know it was done through a pulley system through the eyes of the non-porcelain, like, plastic doll. Case 1... What was the case 1 again? There was a mansion, and then there was... I can't remember what the other one was. Whatever, let's just do the mansion.
The second locked room mystery occurred 3 months ago in that mansion. The corpse was inside the study, and the room's key was found underneath the corpse.
There's a casino.
If you think
Right.
you're up for it, then let's solve this thing.
I think they climbed up the casino nailed doll things, but
Are you going to the second locked room?
it seems like it'd be hard to do.
There are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room? It shares common traits with the other nailman killings.
I just realized we didn't even talk about the bludgeoning at all from the victim.
And we're trapped again. Looks like you gotta solve the mystery of this locked room or we're not leaving.
I'll try.
Where did the culprit flee
The door
from?
was locked when the corpse was found. And the only key was underneath the body. There are no windows that could have been used to escape, and the vent is too small to fit through. So how did the culprit escape from here?
See, I need to make an assumption here that the door can be pre-locked before it's set against the frame, which, you know, is most doors, but you never know. There were some suspicious things with the books around here, but apparently they're not relevant, so I'd say the door.
Here! This has to be the spot! To leave the room, the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway.
Huh? There's nothing special about that.
But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right? After locking it from outside in the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse?
Try it. Everything must be verified.
Sure.
Guess we're not going to be harassed by Seth during this
After
entire
committing
time.
the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
What are you going to do with that key in your hand, Master? Don't tell me you still have no idea.
Hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. What? Huh?
Looks like we're locked out.
Wow. That was it, Seth.
This is bad, Master! You better hurry or you'll fall into the abyss!
Or being questioned.
What do I do?
Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path. You can do it, can't you?
Yes, I'll try.
We have to put the key back in the locked room, right? In that case...
Because of the culprit, what happened to the key? It was thrown in.
That's right. The key could be slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door. And if they managed to throw the key right under the corpse from here... It stopped. But nothing happened. The door is still closed.
If it was wrong, a trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in.
But there's more to it than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse. I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room. I'm beginning to understand what happened here.
Lara, have you already solved the trick to this locked room?
You haven't?
Okay, you need to say that every single time? Jeez.
Hey, quit playing hard to get and tell us. Or just me. You can whisper it in my ear.
If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xian. Of course, I don't work for cheap.
You really are a devil. Trying to take money from a death god, huh?
The key was definitely
Or his 10
tossed
expression from
inside.
Shinigami.
But that doesn't explain how it got under the corpse. So, how did the culprit pull off that trick after tossing the key in? Maybe
Rope.
the corpse was
Rope.
moved? That would explain how it was on top of the key. But how do you move a body from outside a locked room?
My main question actually would be to how the rope was removed from the key itself.
Aww, the lace completely
what I'm talking
popped off.
What's it called? There was no rope attached to the key. There was a a rope attached to the corpse, I think.
But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right?
That's true. So, we just need to solve the mystery.
At least give me a heads up first.
How was the corpse moved?
It says, how was the corpse moved?
I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but...
Evidence was left at the scene.
Huh?
If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used to pull this off.
Tool?
That's all the advice I'll provide. You must figure out the rest yourself if you wish to be a true detective.
Got it.
Got it? You just want the mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell, because I'm your mentor.
Honestly, you know, I find both of them kind of frustrating because it's like Halara is being rather condescending, but only because Yuma is being rather dense here.
So, I'll help you out. Are you ready? You better be.
Huh? Ready for what?
Lay it all out, Master!
Oh, this shit. Pulley or rope?
Are you ready to play the Shinigami Puzzle?
Pulley? That's not either word. G-R-I-L-S.
Tick-tock.
String? I think that's a string. Okay.
Nice!
No, I missed a T there. Oh, that's an I. God damn it.
Great! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Great!
Swear to God, she's just like Junko Enoshima, except she doesn't want to kill the entire world. Or fetishize her own despair. But I'm thinking about it, I swear to God.
That's right. There was evidence of a thin string being used at the scene of the crime. A sturdy and thin string like a fishing line must have been used to move the body.
You would think a tiny string could move a whole corpse.
There he is again! That rude and gloomy guy!
That deduction is wrong. You're wrong.
What could be wrong about it? Master sounded really confident just now.
Listen. The nails in that corpse's leg pierced through his body and into the floor. Which means the corpse was fixed in place. So how could the corpse be moved?
Oh, true. If the corpse was stuck in place, it'd be impossible to move it.
Indeed. It would be impossible.
They had some really good aim to throw it underneath the corpse.
Laura, you think so too? So I was wrong the whole time?
Is this danger dodge?
Huh? The door!
The truth is slipping further away!
Of course it is. Because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end.
Master, let's take him down first!
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just this thing again.
Your deduction is wrong.
Two of these seem like they'd be good. Bloodstains or the Doll's Eye Sculpture.
Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place.
Say,
What are you talking about? Didn't I have the right one?
Your deduction is wrong.
Maybe that's inferring too much from there.
Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move a millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
I'll slash through this mystery! No! There was evidence the body had been moved! The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline. But blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his hips. If the corpse was motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual bloodstains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered. What? What's this?
Gross! We gotta hurry and get through that door.
Unusual circumstances.
What is that?
It doesn't matter. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved. You can't change the truth.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Laura!
There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicate the corpse was moved. So all that remains is to answer, how was the pinned body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
Okay, I can understand why Hilar is sometimes condescending if she has to spoon feed Yuma this badly.
If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned...
Master, we gotta chase after the door! It's getting further away!
Hey, wait!
I won't let you!
What position was the corpse before it was moved? Sitting upright. Standing upside down, upper body sitting up.
That's right! The corpse was sitting up at first. That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down.
What was used to the body upright? The string.
The string I mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it.
What was the corpse lying on its back? Why was it? The string was cut. The string was retrieved. I don't think it was cut. The string would be left over.
The culprit then retrieved all the string that kept the corpse in place from outside the door. And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered.
I guess if they don't wrap the neck around it, but like use it as a back support, they could keep the corpse held upwards, and then they could also retrieve the string at the same time. And at the moment the back support was removed, the string could just be pulled out while the body would fall down.
It appears this locked room mystery will finally be solved.
Huh? When did that happen?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this!
Right.
Recreate the locked room.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
What is up with all this extra bullshit around here with the projector and all that? What's up?
Master, go recreate the locked room. Think about the steps the culprit took to create the locked room and check.
Okay, I'm just looking for fun dialogue. That's kind of boring dialogue.
Yuma, you have to recreate the locked room. You already know the answer.
Okay, jeez. No one's saying any funnies.
Maybe you got the order wrong. First, you need to tie the fishing line down.
Oh, okay, fine. Ow. You need to tie the fishing line down? I thought it was that corpse. There's no way they tied it to the dust light. I mean, how I would have done it is I would have tied it to the corpse first, and then to the doll, and then to the vent. Okay, you say it's the vent first.
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place.
Then it was placed in the doll.
That's it! It passed through a doll's eye! And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else.
And to the corpse.
Right. The line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That was...
It was under the head, or rather under the neck itself.
here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why put the line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight, the line needs to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place.
Line needs to pass through the doll first as it's fixed in place.
Next, the fishing line.
Does that mean it was hung on the switch or something? You know it can be so dense, like every protagonist in a mystery-solving game. Yeah, I mean, it's like they eventually come to the conclusion, but if you know it ahead of time, they just seem kind of duh. I mean, based on this ordering, I guess it had to have been attached to the desk light or the switch. There's not really anything else to get attached to. Okay, if you say so.
There are 3 points with signs of wear from the think it over.
Fine. It wasn't that. It was the vent again. I guess so. What's the vent again? All right. Will that work? I guess it would work. And how would that be retrievable at that point? But if ghost ends are retrievable, all it would have to do is just what's called. How would they reduce the slack of it if it was tied there? Well, I guess it would just go indefinitely through here.
Now, to return the line to the vent.
The slack end would go through here.
This kept the corpse's upper torso
And they would just need
in
to
place.
reduce the slack.
The room has been completely prepared. So
next, you just open the door.
the culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then
Door cap? There is no door cap. I still find it rather unbelievable that they can just throw it directly underneath.
the key was thrown through the gap in the vent.
It's like some fucking Leon Kuwata aim.
If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse,
If they managed the corpse in.
the only thing left was to untie the line. Then the
corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key. That's how the culprit created the locked room.
Hooray! You did it! That's my master!
They really threw it in. They didn't even mention about like using the string to guide along. They just threw it in. Okay, if you say so. Maybe they were the best baseball player back in their day. Back in my day when I was in a killing game.
The bloodstains were strange.
I did think they look a bit drug.
The length
Ones
of
on
the
the floor.
nails driven into the upper and lower body were different.
Oh, those ones.
The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body,
I thought they meant the ones underneath the body.
but the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower half could be secured, while the upper half could still be moved around.
That sure was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it.
No hint? No solution key? This is a... The mansion was quite an elaborate locked room.
Except...
Yeah, but we know so far it isn't enough to pinpoint who the culprit is. Calm down. We're only partway through the labyrinth. Even if we solve everything at the last second, it'll still solve. It's still solved. Alright. Do I want to talk to Shinigami? I don't really want to talk to Shinigami. Fine, let's talk to Shinigami.
Hey!
Now, what's the next solution key? Next up, the big win. Hello, Day. It's a new me. What are you even imitating? Seriously. Here, the first 3 contestants on the site says... Alright. Alright, moving on. Slight regret to talking to her. No shot that the key was conveniently thrown under the head. Jesus Christ, I know.
Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest. Speaking of, don't you think that whoever worked the hardest should get to open it?
You didn't do anything.
Which is me, of course.
It's nothing! Oh, never mind, it's nothing. A fishing line was used in the locker room mystery. Yeah, sure.
This is probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it. Still, it must be used for something. Hold on to it for now. Let's solve the rest.
Right!
They say the rest, but there's only one more.
Hey,
Really? Ultimate deduction here.
The first locked room happened 6 months ago in a secret club in Kamasaki district. An old geezer was nailed to the wall in an underground casino. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing.
Are you going to the first lock?
See, even if you're a baseball player, you need a clear shot. That vent was like curved upwards, so your only entrance here, you need to do a weird arc.
Trapped inside a locked room again? But if the mystery isn't solved, then I won't escape this place.
Not to mention, there's only one chance at it. If you fuck up, you can't redo it.
Trapped in a cramped room with these two. Sounds kind of fun, actually.
I have no intention of playing along with your fantasies. Yuma, hurry up and take care of this.
Well, I guess they could have just left the door open slightly, and made multiple attempts, and then just closed the door after they got it right.
Yeah, okay.
Is that necessary? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. If they couldn't have done that, they could have just left
This
the
is where I
key there.
used Halara's forte.
They need
with
to lock
my
it from the outside or
lessons
something.
for the
I don't
first
know.
time. Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different. Those are most suspicious.
The vent. I saw you vent.
Here. I know! What about the vent?
You believe the culprit escaped, through the vent?
Yes, I'm sure of it. When I saw the crime scene with your post-cognition, the screws on the four corners of the vent cover were removed. Which means the culprit must have escaped from there.
At least we know someone can fit through.
How ludicrous.
The nails are the answer. That's how they got up
You're
there.
saying the culprit escaped from the vent? That's impossible.
Notably, we didn't see Seth in the third
Master!
watchroom.
Poking full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course!
What does that mean?
Door key, nails, green knees, band. Probably the nails.
How ludicrous. They used the vent. That's utterly impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up? There's no way you could get there.
Ow.
Even if the cover was removed.
Yeah. Oh, not that one. Okay. Some of these look like I know the logic, but it's like it wants like a more direct thing to like attack. That's
the
punch.
vent. That's utterly impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up? There's no way you could get there.
Ow.
Even if the cover was removed. There's no foothold to use to reach it.
I'll slash through this mystery!
How does he describe vent with such a voice?
Some of the nails
Okay, Imposter
stuck in the
skips
bottom of the vent were bent
it's
downward.
because of his thingy. Voice amplifier thingy. I forget what it's called.
The culprit used the nails
Loudspeaker.
driven into the wall as footing to reach the
English
vent.
is failing me.
The weight caused the nails to bend.
Can't be that simple, can it? That it? All the details I looked up at the crime scene were irrelevant, like with a slightly different casino machine.
So you're forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance.
Yeah, no kidding.
However, solving the mystery itself was simple. The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent.
That doesn't sound
Did
comfortable.
you find that out using my post-cognition?
Yeah, without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve.
You'll never be considered a full-fledged detective until you can handle a case like this on your own.
Sorry.
You got lectured again! Sucks to be a rookie, huh? Anyway, let's head out. We'll use the nails on the wall as footing, just like you deduced.
Right,
That
let's
looks
hurry.
painful. But, okay.
The Mystery Labyrinth. Such a bizarre place.
Either this is a heavy culprit, or the nails are just weak from being bent. I mean, yeah. I mean, the nails aren't that strong if they're, you know, attacked from that angle, right?
I must ask, is there no way to
If you're putting,
escape
like, the entire
besides
body weight on
solving
it.
Mysteries?
You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately.
An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one, kinda.
There is?
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from. Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
And that is?
Don't worry about it. Using it here wouldn't help anyway. So, never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery.
Got it.
We might need to use that one day if we don't have enough hand sound and we decide to enter the mystery labyrinth regardless. Is it Yuma's lifespan again? I mean, at this point he has it in abundance, so what's more, a year's lost? It's like before, there should be a solution here. It'll reveal the perpetrator of the crime at Secret Club. I'm just gonna skip Shinigami.
There it is! Another treasure! So, who's gonna open the treasure chest this time? How about,
Excuse it, it's not like
whoever looks they'd win a
you're dying world anyway.
character
I don't know.
Oh, that's me!
It might have something to do with like his memories or some shit. I don't know what else,
Alright,
but
another solution
there are a
key.
few things too precious to Yuma at this point. It's his lifespan and his memories. Only someone with a slender build. See, I don't think the nun could have done this unless like they flattened their boobs or something.
Looks like another clue.
But this is why I was thinking
Culprit.
the worshipper would also fit this profile to be able to fit through that.
Someone can.
Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, they would have to be nimble.
Yeah, I remember that they mentioned in passing it could only fit someone slim. So that's why between that as well as the evidence from case from the third crime scene, I've been thinking it was the
Given the
worshipper.
size of the vent, only someone thin could fit through it.
So the culprit must be thin.
That was cleared.
We're narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely.
For this one anyways.
Keep it up, Master. This is all thanks to my training.
The question is how the worshipper was able to access the incinerator. He's not technically part of the clergy.
That's it for all the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team. Don't you think so?
Well, what do we do from here? I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
Right.
Again, I gotta ask, who's supposed to be the protagonist here?
Laura,
I see.
I wouldn't mind playing this game with them as protagonists.
It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
That was not as interesting as I was hoping. Should I bother? Okay, let's gamble. Is that interesting?
That's it for all the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team.
Alright, let's go. Some things I like about her, Shinigami, other things I could do without.
This place is creepy.
Don't be afraid to roll the dice. You must keep pursuing the truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Isn't that right?
Yes.
You guys are walking so much faster than me. Slow the fuck down. Are we voting already? It seems a bit premature. We didn't even describe the killing methods. I was hoping we would get more evidence along the way here.
Some dungeon?
See, that's the thing about Danganronpa. Sometimes you can't even solve the cases of the trials from the evidence in the get-go because some evidence comes late in mid-trial. In this one, at least in the previous one, there was barely any evidence that came up midway in the Matarasu Express. I believe the only evidence that came up was the pillow, but we could already deduce at that point that it was, zilch.
What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here!
Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of God!
I have nothing to do with the case.
I believe you, servant.
Let me go!
Wow, they're all here.
So now we must pick out the true culprit of this case.
The true culprit.
Can I just pick servant because I want to keep him?
Yuma, you solved all the locked room mysteries before you made it
Please
here.
looks Oscar Cuero.
You should have
Please
all the
explain what
clues
does that
and
mean.
evidence you need to accuse the culprit.
Do you mean like Oscar from what's it called? What's no?
To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful.
You didn't need to hear that.
You sure are honest.
But my opinion of you has improved. These mysteries have brought you closer to becoming a true detective.
Valar has been doing a lot of unnecessary help for us to, make sure we actually grow up to be a detective. So they've been taking the mentoring role begrudgingly, even if they are condescending.
Now tie up all the loose ends
Can't really
and
completely
prove that I am not
that
mistaken about
she's
you.
just down talking us for no reason.
With your logic, anything is possible.
All right, I'll try.
Ooh, somebody's guilty.
Who's the culprit? Figured out the dramatic finger point. Make the right choice and reveal a new truth. Who is the nailman?
I'm not the nail man.
I'm not the culprit.
I'm not the nail man.
He's not the nailman, but I nailed that man.
How can I be the nail man?
You! God. Ouch. What? Okay, I guess the paint was a complete red herring then.
Considering all the evidence gathered so far, only...
Fine. Alright.
How can I be the nail man?
I'm not the nail man.
I'm not sure if they could fit through this vent. So it has to be priest
I'm
then.
not the culprit.
I'm not the nail man.
Really?
I'm not the nail
I don't
man.
really see any other evidence
I'm not the
to.
culprit.
Okay, I was wrong apparently about the worshipper.
The culprit
The paint was nothing.
is you, Father.
Actually, now that I think about it, was that stupid revelation about what's it called? How the nail was set. Well, that's not necessarily true. I don't really understand how the paint could have been tipped over after the fact when he ran over in.
What? That's an absolutely...
Well, yeah, that's the one question I was wondering, how the worshipper could access the incinerator. I guess it was just straight up not. That was saying there was no trickery didgeridoo. It was literally just one of the clergy members.
Ridiculous thing to say.
Him again? Why won't he just give up?
You're saying the priest, a man of the cloth, is the culprit. How dare you spew such nonsense?
Right! Do not make baseless accusations. The culprit has to be someone else.
Yuma, can I leave this to you?
It's not a baseless accusation. You're the only one who could possibly be the culprit.
Master, you're acting like a real detective. Go on and boom kill him.
Okay, I get it now. That throw in the second crime scene excludes the nun because their dominant hand was injured. So that's what I was trying to say. The first one, the casino excludes or rules out the servant because he wouldn't be able to fit through the vent. And the worshipper is just ruled out in general just because he was, coupled with witnesses the entire time. I still think that's really, he could have worked around it, done the killings first, and then met up with someone else. But sure. How do I explain it? It's roughly looks like him. Okay. I don't really see it, but sure. Oh, tag team. Persons with access to the incinerator most likely.
I'm a man of the cloth.
What's the other one? Vent of the study. That one would exclude none.
Don't leave like this. It's total blasphemy. I am not the nail man. That's it. The first one to discover the body. The mailman is the worshiper!
Oh.
Say,
Yeah,
Okay, give me a moment. I was thinking they would have referenced none instead.
Like this. This total blasphemy! I am not the mailman! That's it! The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper!
this is the truth.
The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access. The worshipper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member. So he's no longer a suspect.
Shut up! Shut up! Ridiculous!
See, I was thinking it might have been he might have had an accomplice. That's why I kept on thinking of the worshipper working with some clergyman, but that's clearly wrong.
Even so, I am not the culprit! There are others working.
Strangulation and vertical strike marks. In person. Probably gonna start blaming
People in the church.
what it's called. Servant next.
There's the servant! The servant must be the nailman! The servant was able to commit the crime!
Sorry. Confused by blood. There you go.
Slash through this mystery! Climbing up to the underground casino's window with only nails for footing would require considerable agility. Judging by the size of the window, there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime.
No, no!
These wonderful colors.
Absolute lies!
This is assuming it's the same killer for everyone. Fishing line, locker room mystery.
The
And of course, we never use this. Victim of the shield cones were all strangled. That's just not publicized.
nun must be the culprit!
A nun?
She's thin and also works at the church. The nun was absolutely able to commit the crimes.
This is the truth.
I'm pretty sure, working arms or not, no one would have been able to make that stupid straw, but okay.
This locked room. The culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim. With her dominant hand injured, the nun couldn't have done that. Which means she's not the culprit. It's not the churchgoer, the servant, or the nun. There's only one option left. Father, it's you. You are the nail man.
Hey! Say something quick! Otherwise, they'll pin me as the culprit!
Well...
You're useless! I am a priest in service to God! I am not the nail man!
What god would make you this ugly?
All your proof is nothing but fantasy!
Is it time for Shinigami God mode?
You don't have a single piece of hard evidence!
Hard evidence?
But Master, you do! It's easy!
Really? Is it broke?
Based on the facts, the priest must be the culprit. The decisive evidence that proves it is... I don't know. What do I do?
Oh no, I'm Yuma. I'm the dancing something. I can see why he's a nail man. He nails the victims like Jesus on a cross. I mean, this religion isn't necessarily Christianity, but I guess so.
A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice. Unraveling a case is top priority, even with questionable methods.
What do you mean?
In short, you must get them to confess. Use everything in your arsenal.
Oh yeah, keep it unique. Alright. How can we bluff to them?
Use everything?
Don't hesitate to use anything that might give you an advantage.
This is one thing that I don't really have the skill set for. I may have did some decent deduction and evidence collecting, but when it comes to things like social manipulation with bluffing, not entirely sure.
Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Always remember that.
A bluff?
Well, let's try it out.
In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence. But what could I use as a bluff?
Do social gaslight like Harvey. When it comes to joking around, I can gaslight and do that, but when it comes to like to actually achieve an end, I'm not entirely sure I can do that. Alright, decisive evidence here. Suspicious footprints. Oh, the footprints is probably the case. We don't know anything about his shoes as a thing. Past landers, we don't know anything, or that doesn't tell us anything. Nail painting does not tell us anything for sure. And the murder case report. Alright.
Enough with your stupid fantasies! Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy! You have no proof, culprit. Did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Of course there's no evidence!
This is the truth! You left clear evidence at the clock tower's crime scene. There were footprints left under the window in the mud. When we inspected them, we found out they perfectly match your footprints.
That's right from Yuma. Bullshit mode, activate!
Impossible! I already burned those shoes in the incinerator!
That's a fact that... what the heck? I guess the Mystery Labyrinth channels the actual culprit's knowledge.
You gave yourself away.
I swear, I only enacted justice in the name of God.
Looks like it worked. Good job, Yuma.
Thanks.
Kanai Ward is rotten to the core. To say that someone had to get their hands dirty, those slain with the evil incarnate that harm others. That's why the people asked the nailmen to kill them.
So he went behind the church and read the signs here? I mean, I can see this as a normal, sort of vigilanteism, but I still don't understand how this relates to the great mystery of Kanai Ward, and why the Peacekeepers would want to keep this under wraps.
Evil must be punished. And so, I strangled them. Made them suffer. All I did was slay evil.
If someone hates somebody bad enough, they give that name to the Nailman. And this priest went around killing those people as the Nailman.
The urban legend offered targets for murder.
A priest is supposed to be the voice of God, but he went around killing people because someone wanted them dead. awesome!
It's terrible. It's insane to think that he'd kill people for a reason like that.
That could be said about all murders. Insane people kill for insane reasons. Anyway, you did it, Yuma. My expectations of you weren't wrong after all.
Is it finally over? Huh, nothing's happening. But last time...
Yeah, the soul of the true culprit who created this mystery labyrinth should appear. And since it didn't, it looks like this isn't over yet.
Huh? It's not over?
There are still mysteries related to the Nailman killings within this mystery labyrinth.
So the culprit was not the main mystery then.
But we solved all of the locked rooms and discovered the true identity of the Nailman.
We still don't know Amaterasu Corporation's reasons for hiding it. And we also don't know the significance of the methods of killing. For example, the woman was bludgeoned. In third case. Maybe that was a bludgeon by the Amaterasu Corporation?
Was I wrong?
Rather than the Nailman.
The priest even confessed to it.
Yuma, don't be a baby and solve the mystery.
Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic.
I mean, I'd be at a loss here too unless some next hint showed up.
If the Nailman's identity is exposed and all mysteries are yet to be solved, then most likely someone else's agenda is involved in this string of killings.
He said he strangled them all, but there was a bludgeon that suggests one of them was not strangled.
Someone else's agenda?
At least as not the killing effect.
Meaning the Nailman didn't work alone.
You mean there's another culprit? But...
Yuma, if you consider yourself to be a detective, you must see the truth through to the very end. No mystery concludes with a dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot solve.
All right.
We have to review these killings from a different perspective. Out of the 4 locked rooms, if any of them were hiding a mysterious secret,
The third one!
it would be the room that's obviously different from the others.
The third one!
Different.
Master, I get the feeling you want my help. Isn't that right?
That one only had one
That's
doll in the end,
right.
and that one had stab paintings instead.
Huh?
Oh, fine.
And also the spill paint, and also the bludgeon.
Helpless like that.
And also he didn't get any hints from that.
Lay it all out.
Oh, this thing again.
Good luck.
Fight on, Master Trainee. I'll recognize your skills one of these days. So, not a bad deduction, but there's still one more to solve. Don't need something now. It's the third one! What if we picked the wrong one, though? Is there a puzzle for each one?
Let's work
This last
together.
one is different than the others because of the victims' death. Ugh, I missed the D. I was looking for the instructions. What button to press? I still got it. It switches between. Hello? Oh, it's X. It switches between A and D.
Go, go, go. Nice.
E. A. T.
Nice.
H.
Nice.
You don't miss the D, though. Oh, I definitely don't.
A new path's opened up. It seems to be a hidden passage.
Not very well hidden.
If so, then the truth should be somewhere down there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, was I right about being suspicious about the paint? I was wrong about the worshipper, but maybe there was something more to it than that. I'm getting really hung up on this one thing. Why should it not matter in the end? Huh? What is this thing?
I see. So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different.
Right. The victims in the other locked rooms were all strangled to death. All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds. The victim in the third locked room had strangulation marks, but no signs of resisting. There's also evidence of blunt trauma to the head, which can be considered the fatal blow.
Most likely, Amaterasu Corporation found out who the real Nail Man was, and instead of apprehending him, they used him as a means to disguise someone's death. We never really learned too much about the crimes of the reasons people hate the third person, other than they slept around a lot, I guess.
The marks could have been made after the victim died, so as to appear as if strangulation was the cause of death. The real cause of death is blunt force trauma. Here's another obstacle, but it's likely to be an insignificant one.
In other words, the woman,
Let's solve this mystery.
the victim of the third case, was likely a target of Amaterasu Corporation.
Right.
She didn't seem like she would actually be someone the priest would actually want to kill. Why was the cause of death made to look like strangulation? The copycat in the work of the priest. Copycat. I don't think it's a copycat. It should be the priest. The work of a copycat coincidence with the priest. I mean, it's not a copycat. Didn't the priest himself declare the thing? Unless, well, if he was cooperating with them, then he might have pretended that it was also his own crime.
Right here!
When we were doing the, what's called reason battle thing, he sort of admitted that it was his own thing too, based on blaming the nun instead and how he said the nun couldn't have
The
done it.
strangulation was faked to imply this crime had the same perpetrator as the other three incidents. By making the crime scene as similar as possible, it appeared like the Nailman was responsible for an unrelated murder. Which means this was a copycat crime.
I agree.
Oh my freaking god.
Among the string of Nailman killings, there could be some that were done by copycat criminals.
That has to be why the mystery lab.
Was I right? Was it the worshipper?
Even after discovering the Nailman's identity. So who is the copycat criminal?
Indeed, we need to uncover this imposter's identity.
All right.
Who's in the second cage?
You're accusing me of being the copycat?
Why is he there?
No!
I told you already! I have nothing to do with this!
Dude, I was 10 million miles away. My brain was...
You are the copycat criminal.
That's why I was just like, I thought it was... like, I always thought it was him. And I was like, maybe not the other ones. Maybe he was cooperating with someone else. But I was right too. He was cooperating with a priest. Oh my god, I'm fucking... Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright.
Me?
I fucking knew it. The paint's full. It's proof.
I told you all about the nailman.
I was like so unsatisfied. I was like, ugh, I can't believe I got it wrong. I'm such a fucking dumbass. How could I be so confident in my answer? And then, no, he literally was just cooperating with someone else. And the rest didn't seem to fit the profile perfectly, like I said. But this one seemed like it was exactly him. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And now you think I'm a murderer? Are you fucking kidding me? This is crazy. Your investigation isn't worth shit.
I fucking knew it.
You fell!
No, honestly, it was my fault for not realizing the hints about the priest. Well, there's no direct evidence about the priest anywhere, is the thing. That's my main issue. The only way we picked the priest was through process of elimination among the clergy, because only he could have first this thing. But honestly, it could have been exclusively done by this guy instead of the worshipper if he had cooperated with someone of the clergy. Same difference in the end, right? Like, come on.
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first.
Nice. Select, passing those memories, woman's corpse, bunch of trauma, victims death. This bastard. So, mentor voice. Yeah, I'm making sure that I'm not just acting like Yuma here. I'm like, I actually want to act more like a Halara here. And it's like, you don't know already. That's me right now. You don't know already. Game. Alright. Non-public information. Victim's neck. This is the mansion. That's irrelevant. Past nailed man murders. Station return. Thinking about past nailed man murders. It could be this one. It could also be the corpse, but or it could be non-public. And you know what? Let's just see everything. Let's just dodge everything without actually shooting bullet.
On the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? Even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? Servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat.
Ow. Ow.
Anyone could have done it!
Is that file on? Anyone could have done it.
Say!
Except...
Why accuse me of being the...
Anyone could have done it. So I think the idea is, in order to do a copycat crime, you need to know the details, but it wasn't made public that it was strangulation. So the only reason he knew it was because he was at the scene of every other crime.
Culprit! I was just first on the scene! Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nailman! The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Wait, the cause of...
a copycat criminal.
What are you doing? Cause of death was just different this certain time? Is that what he said? Maybe it was the woman's corpse one. Whatever, let's go with our first impression.
Why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat!
The servants. Ow. Ow. Move.
Anyone could have done it!
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll slash through this mystery!
The cause of death in the art gallery was blunt force trauma, faked as a strangling to resemble the nailman's MO. But the murders all being strangulations wasn't made public right away. The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes. That includes the nailman himself, the peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene. Which means you! You could have committed the murder in the art gallery!
insensitive, nonsensical fit!
The what?
For the first on the scene to
Wow,
also
buffer.
be the culprit is rather cliche.
He was always suspicious, but because the real mailman was someone else,
Speak for yourself.
I didn't connect the dots.
I connected it too fast.
He was fascinated by the mailman, and by studying him, he eventually knew more about him than anyone else.
Oh my god, did he kill her just because he had some sort of relationship with her?
became the
And helped her
mailman.
invite her.
It's ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones.
Master, the truth is right there! My radar is banging like crazy!
Banging?
Go away! I won't let you! You have the truth!
Looks like we've arrived at the final stage.
If we make him submit, we'll completely solve the mystery labyrinth!
Forgot Shinigami mode.
Master, don't let your guard down!
Yeah.
God Shinigami mode is kind of stupid fun. You can really feel the vastness of Shinigami as she destroys all the things. Especially with this fucking music. Yeah, this is. I think it's kick, tackle, and jump, maybe? God, Shinigami, let's do this.
Let's do this, Master!
We'll never destroy this port! Damn you! Stop it!
Oh, jump is dead. Why is jump B suddenly?
Damn this!
God damn it. Why is X not even used here at all?
Everything was done by the Nailman! I'm not the culprit! How dare you accuse me when you have no proof!
I know this is how real life
You
protects
didn't even
sometimes.
check the crime scenes back then!
Only sometimes. It is time for Halara's Forte.
Huh? Come on!
Thanks to Halara's Forte, we were able to see what each crime scene looked like at that time.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party first entered.
We used post-cognition to gather all the evidence.
Time to countdown!
Oh, I fucking called it 10 million years ago, before the beginning of the universe.
Shut up! Stop it! Get away from me! Damn it! Why you? Get away from me! Get away! Get away! Get away! Who cares if you use post-cognition? You only saw what I saw as the first person on scene!
Nope.
No clue will help lead you to the culprit! You're never gonna find the culprit!
Why do they want to hide his crime?
What I saw the moment the corpse was discovered!
Paint on 4! Fucking called it!
Halara's post-cognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can. But Polaris postcognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered. So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated. But it wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered. That means the first person to find the corpse was the art gallery's staff member, not you. The reason you didn't count as the first person to find it is because you're the culprit.
It's time to kill him!
Is the truth of the case.
Wait a second. So the priest will... Who's dying in the end here? Is it the priest or is it the... Or is it the worshipper? Or is it both? Oh no, now we're becoming the mass murderer here.
Master, finish him!
Okay, all of the priest.
Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can!
Okay, but what about the priest? The volume is a bit too low for this scene. For the voice acting, that is. When the last time I was trying to hear what Shinigami was saying, it was completely drowned out by music and sound effects. Oh my god, we have to do this first. Alright, fine. We will proceed to murder in a bit, but first, we will read this picture book. Alright. Page 1, page 2 is... Where did the culprit leave the room from? And... room's here. What did the culprit use to climb the wall? That'd be the nails. I could do this faster, but it's honestly just fighting the control scheme to remember what one does what. What did the culprit touch and vent? Where was... oh, this thing. Fishing line. Wait, this is not the right room, is it? That is. What did the culprit pass the line through? First Danganronpa case where there's two killers and they're both being prosecuted. Pass the line through the eyes of the porcelain doll. That's not porcelain. Where did the culprit pass the last line through? To the vent again. I guess this one. What was nailed to the doll? The key. This one I actually didn't even realize happened at all. I mean, if he was the killer, he didn't need to do that technically. He could have just ran to the doll and nailed it on. What did the culprit use to escape? Rope ladder. What did the culprit use to destroy the evidence? The incinerator that we never even saw in the end. Alright, so just 2 pages for this. The true identity of the nailman is the priest. Interesting, there's 2 profiles for this. I wonder if worshiper knew the priest was the mailman. The authentic one, that is. What is the kid doing there? That's one of the choices.
Step right up, step right up! series of locked-room murders based on an urban legend.
Oh boy.
Discover the true identity of the Nail Man? Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the Deduction Denouement!
To solve the mystery of this string of events, we have to know who the Nail Man is first.
I don't know how to beatbox.
The Nail Man is an urban legend of Kanaiwari. You write down the name of someone you want dead, and drive a nail through it and a doll to a tree behind the church. And the Nail Man will kill that person for you with a countless number of nails.
A string of murders exactly like that urban legend began half a year ago.
All of the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room. The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki district.
Yeah, see, the first two seem really obvious in terms of their apparent crimes for, you know, at least public distaste. The third one was questionable and just on his background. That doesn't
cheating
make sense.
was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place.
It would make sense if the Nail Man was indiscriminate for who he killed, but first two was just much more clear-cut cases of the priest's own sense of morality.
An event that
taking
connects
place.
outside looked too high for escape to be possible.
But the culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb. The proof? Why, the nails that were bent downward!
The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape route. The second murder happened 3 months ago.
It's kind of funny how the copycat was easy for me, but the priest was just circumstantial evidence of process of elimination.
The cause of death was again strangulation.
We had to catch him in the bluff in the
A
end.
lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would be out to get him.
The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance,
There's still one unsolved thing.
but the key to that door was underneath the nailed-down victim. After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room.
That is to say why this was
A
suppressed.
fishing line passed from the
By
vent
the
through the eye socket
Materasu.
of the doll and propped up the upper body of the corpse. All that was left was to exit the room, lock it, throw the key in from the vent, and boom! You got yourself a locked room mystery!
Easy peasy. Just throw it
Tossed under the victim
in that really shitty angle, in that really high angle, in the tiny passageway.
His upper body fell over,
Very
completing the crime scene.
low clearance for failure. With only one attempt.
The upper body didn't pierce through completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all.
The third murder happened 1 month ago in an art gallery storage room in Gima district.
The skank's cause of death was blunt force trauma. She was a pretty lady who let her looks get to her head, and she got boom killed.
The key to the storage room was nailed to a painting through a doll. Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here.
The painting with the
Oh
doll
no, Grimace shakes. Okay.
was
Hi, Irby.
propped
Bye,
against
Irby.
the window, and then the culprit left the room.
Yes.
Nailed the key to the painting
Apparently,
in the window.
all Danganronpa characters are made of Grimace shakes.
Knocked it
That explains
over
everything.
and bam,
Why they keep
all
on dying.
done.
Those are the truths behind the past 3 cases. And now, there's been another murder at the clock tower in Kanaiwari.
The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, we've gotta solve this case.
The clock tower crime scene is rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked.
Why would he kill?
But there was rainwater
victim
under
here?
the window, and the nails in 2 of the dolls had rub marks.
Who was the victim here?
In other words,
I don't even remember the victim
he
here.
must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape out the window. With my logic, anything is
Did we
possible.
learn what the crimes of this person was, or its supposed
Imitating
horrific
Halara.
crime?
Anyway. The killer cut their footing on the way down from the window. That way, they could just pull on one side of the rope to retrieve the whole thing.
the shutters come down under their own weight, so they locked once the rope was collected. I'm surprised you noticed the auto-locking feature. You sure love your shutters, Master.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, and I don't like it.
The rope ladder was collected, then burned in the church incinerator, which only clergy have access to.
That's how we know the nailman must be someone from the clergy.
But one question arose from this. The nailman killings share one more characteristic. All the victims were murdered by strangulation. This piece of information wasn't publicized.
The cause of death in the art gallery murder was blunt force trauma. The strangulation marks were added later.
Which means that it was someone mimicking the nailman. But I already know the identity of the copycat killer.
I guess they only had one doll, or could only get one quickly at the time.
First, the nailman must be someone thin enough to pass through the vent.
Someone with the skills to throw the key with precision.
And someone affiliated with the church.
The priest! You're the nailman!
Copycat is someone who knows that all of the victims were strangled to death.
Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the mailman's crimes is...
Kinda like this.
The worshipper! You're the copycat criminal!
Honestly, I like this more than the concluding argument in Danganronpa. Because it's actually really cheesy and played out as like ridiculous anime/manga, and it was expressions that aren't believable. But here, you know, it seems a lot more like the great Ace Attorney's kind of Shinosuke Deduction. Hold it, Holmes.
This is the
Holmes.
truth of the case!
Oh my god. Your souls are mine.
What's that?
It's the truth. The soul of the true culprit who built this mystery labyrinth.
I see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it.
Thank you, Halara. I was only able to make it this far thanks to you.
Thank you, Halara, for being complicit in murder.
I only kept my
murders.
You made the right choice hiring me. But I will say one thing. You've taken another step toward being a detective. That much is certain. I, Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you.
Really, Halara? You do?
Did they say how long the nun's arm was injured for? It's like 1 month is a long time, I think. Or it must have been more than 1 month, right? Because it was the second case where he had to throw it inside the mansion. Like, that's a long recovery time for the nun. I guess that's like a subconscious reason why I also didn't really think it was the priest. Our process of
What's
elimination.
about to happen?
Oh, isn't it obvious? It's the moment we've all been waiting for! Time to boom kill the bad guy!
Your souls belong to me.
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! Through into the final mystery
So on me, not that I'm clearing. Yeah. Oh, Joe would love this. I'm gonna guess he's gonna come back later, but yeah, he's a big simp for Shinigami. I can count at least 10 times during the last 2 streams he was saying, "Me, that should be me," as Shinigami like kicks the cops or puts us in chains or some shit like that. The contract is complete. Your souls have been taken.
Father? Are you alright?
It's okay, Servant. You can live with me now.
What's going on? What happened to
You know what?
those
Then I'm
people?
too.
There's no pulse. They're dead.
Dead? What?
What? What is this?
I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer.
The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit. Then, the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing with it. I knew this would happen, but it still hurts to see someone die before my eyes.
Not only that, but you killed him.
It's like I killed them myself.
Yep, you killed him. Totally killed him.
No, I did kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth.
There. Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time and eat them. You don't feel bad about that, right? These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them. If you look at it that way, there's nothing to feel bad about at all.
It's a complicated conversation piece, but let's not.
It's not
think on
so
it.
simple when it comes to people dying.
Nice spirited final chart. Thank you.
Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison?
Hey, hold on! I have no idea what's going on here. Too much is happening all at once.
We shall talk at headquarters. Follow me there immediately.
Is it just me, or are things more complicated now than before entering the mystery labyrinth?
Oh, you want help? Are you going to rely on me again?
You didn't even help us out of the last thing. The person who got us out of that was Yako.
Oh, fine. I can't say no when you ask for help.
Everyone!
Ah! He came back on!
Sorry about that! You see, I'm actually the mailman.
What?
These are my final words, so I can't lie. I'm the mailman. The worshiper laying there is just a copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used in each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks!
Okay.
I didn't know you could do that. But that was a super lazy confession.
Yeah.
Will it work?
That should do it. We even have witnesses, so this case is closed.
We're up now.
Priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him. Anyway, everyone here will be taken to Amaterasu Corporation
Yeah, you couldn't quite hear him.
at once.
What?
It wasn't effective at all.
He's so stubborn. This is why I hate authority.
What do we do?
Wait, I hear something.
Huh? What now?
Motorbike. Something is heading this way at an alarming speed.
Another Deus Ex Machina to see what's out of here.
Can't be.
Oh, is it the peacekeepers? The upper ones?
Where is that coming from?
Yeah, there it is. There's only one person he'd be afraid of.
What are you doing here?
Who are you?
You dare speak so carelessly? Who do you think I am?
The hero who defends peace and order in Kanai Ward. Director of the Amaterasu Peacekeepers. The Honorable Yomi Hellsmile.
Yomi, huh? Still don't know Amaterasu's involvement with this. like widely covered.
Peacekeeper's director?
So he is the head of the Peacekeepers.
Now you know, small fry. Bow down.
What are you doing here?
No need to be alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help. Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro.
Martina, huh? Yomi and Martina.
She's my beloved right hand. No one else gets to have her.
What's with him?
Master, be careful. This Yomi guy is dangerous.
That's the first time we've seen Shinigami take things seriously. They didn't even take number 1 seriously. Does Shinigami know Yomi?
Huh?
I've never seen anyone emit such a dangerous aura before.
He's that bad?
So, what brings you here?
Oh, right. I was so focused on my beloved right hand that I completely forgot.
As mentioned earlier, Director Yomi is here to help. I hear you've been troubled by Seth's unreasonable treatment. Is that right?
Huh?
Director Yomi, what is going on here? Why am I...
We have discovered you've been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church.
Facilitating donations meant for the church?
We now know why you were so desperate to clean up all the Nailman killings. After all, it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the Nailman.
Wait, please. Director Yomi, I did this under your orders.
Oh, I see. He's a patsy now.
Did you say something? Because I didn't hear a thing.
They're dumping the blame on him. He's a scapegoat.
I only did this because you ordered me to.
Seth, you make me sad. I'm the hero and defender of peace in this city. My peacekeepers are proud soldiers of that mission. And yet, you let yourself be corrupted. How could you? Seth, for the sake of the peacekeepers and the peace of Kanai Ward, die.
Taking advantage of your position as a peacekeeper executive is a serious crime. The punishment must be severe.
But...
Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this.
It happens in real life, people. In real politics. You see the news and you see someone finally gets caught, and it's usually whoever goes to jail is actually just taking the place of the real culprit. That's what political power does for you.
I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand.
I'll smell on the nose, yeah. Betcha would like Margarita Electric. I think it's Martina Electro. Yeah, I like her a lot too. Honestly, I tried to make a thumbnail for her, but from the trailers, there's just not a clear shot of her image. There's like one good large image, but it was kind of blurry because it was an action shot. So that's why the current thumbnail is one of the guys that are dead from Amaterasu Express. It just happens that a lot of the good facial shots were from Amaterasu Express and not really the current guys.
It's an honor.
He's terrible. Like a lizard cutting off its own tail to survive.
Someone like him is in charge of the Peacekeepers?
Don't look him in the eyes. Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him. Though it's probably too late for that.
Well then, to our shit-for-brains friends playing detective. Looks like I have to give you a warning. Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't disturb our peace. Or I'll need you to die!
Well, at least we have a face to topple down.
In this city,
I mean, you after all.
Director Yomi is both the law and the peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior.
Before, you were insignificant specks of dust. But now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore. Detectives, my ass. Annoying little shits.
Wow. That's not very nice.
Let's go, my beloved right hand.
Yes, Director Yomi.
Looks like we've been targeted by someone dangerous.
Yeah, thanks to you! One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that?
I'm sorry, but...
No buts! None! How did this happen anyway?
You're about to be interrogated and interned, so it's probably better this way.
Laura, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you?
What? When did I say that?
Huh?
It's such a shame, Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten.
What?
Oh, okay.
Laura's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth. Nothing inside the Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories. Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is.
But I thought Halara and I had finally reached an understanding.
Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe for your assignment.
That's awful!
Hey, Yuma? Are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again.
By the way, Chief, our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the peacekeepers didn't mess with it?
What? Seriously? I have to go back and repair it! Yuma, help me out! Follow me!
It was supposed to be time for you to reveal the solution, but we've ended up in quite the mess.
Still can't tell them that.
Yeah.
This is my first time dealing with the true culprit dying before they could be accused. But I recall how you did your best to try and solve the case.
Huh?
You should be proud.
Laura.
Look, the chief is calling for you. You should go.
Right. Thank you.
So yeah, I would have never suspected that evidence about throwing the key in being evidence against the nun. But only because I would have never considered that as a possibility at all. That sounds ridiculous, no matter how much I think about it. There is no way that key was thrown inside underneath the body. That is so fucking stupid. Yako's having a bad day. I'm sure he's gonna have several bad days for next little while. But you need to go through the bad days in order to have one glorious, rainless day. That is the end goal, most likely. Have one sunny day in the Kanai Ward.
Are you serious? A peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church?
If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth, even if it isn't.
What about the priest being the nailman?
It's going to be publicly announced as the truth. It appears the priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nailman. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails in the forest and decided he needed to save them. That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the peacekeepers.
So what about the kitty cat criminal?
You mean the copycat?
That one was already publicized as well. They say the copycat did it out of admiration for the real nailman.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself?
None of this really makes any sense.
It sure didn't look like
Poor Yuma.
poison to me.
He knows everything what happened. Not even Halara knows, and he's just sitting there, can't say anything about what happened.
It's me! I did it along with that detective kneeling in penitence over there.
That fucking facial expression from Yuma is so funny. When he's just like...
It would make more sense to assume Yomi killed them somehow. Especially when you consider the timing. He'd do it without batting an eye.
That is a reasonable explanation, but we do know the truth.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy.
I heard he rode in on a dragon.
Motorcycle.
No, it was a motorcycle.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining ground at Amaterasu Corporation. There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally. I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
Extraordinary. So he is very normal? How scary.
Every time Fubuki opens her mouth, my brain is like hard reset.
It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization.
Perhaps the WDO made its move because they saw the warning signs.
Are they saying the Peacekeepers and the Amaterasu Corporation are two different entities?
If that's the case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Nailman incident. I wonder what it could be.
In the very least, there's one less Peacekeeper to worry about.
Sheesh, so much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Didn't I tell you that from the start?
We have to obey directives from number 1, no matter how difficult they are.
Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So much. No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you can take a seat now.
My legs feel numb.
Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on, for everyone's sake.
Yo, Vashmir. A bit late. We're about to finish up the stream. We actually just finished the Mystery Labyrinth. I pretty much knew it was in the beginning, but apparently there was 2 criminals. And the other one, I did not know at all because it required, what's it called? Process of elimination. And one of the things that were eliminated by that process was kind of complete horseshit. So that's why I didn't even consider it.
Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard. I'm so stressed I could die. Oh wait, but I can't die.
Same, Yuma.
Do we have a visitor? That's rare. Yuma, can you go get it?
Sure.
Was it the person we saw crossing the street randomly at some point? Yo, Pikachu. Dusky Go. What's up? It's been a while.
Oh.
Someone's here, right? Maybe we should get the door. They might get fed up and go home. Hold on, I gotta look at random shit.
This is...
Huh?
Doesn't seem to have any memos. Has he not taken any peacefully? Oh, okay. What's up? Alora.
Hey.
A visitor. Could be the Peacekeepers.
What do I do?
They may be after us after what happened today. Yeah, be careful. You're not going to help?
I don't work.
I could, but how much can you pay? Fucking Holora. Right. Honestly, we could probably afford to pay Holora if we're gonna be subsidized by the WDO at some point. It just amounts to, using our payment from them. Even the shower's fully cooked. Something's incredible.
Master?
Why don't you wash up first? I don't need to shower right now.
Come on!
Did anybody see this? I totally saw this, right? Okay. Livia, how's that book? How kind of you. I didn't think you'd come check on me too. But you should probably check on the visitor instead. I might get mad and go home.
Yes!
Right, got it.
I see!
Visitor. Could it be?
Maybe.
Do you have an idea of who it is? Perhaps it is the kitty cat you mentioned earlier. Not kitty cat, copycat. Anyway, that guy already committed suicide. Yeah, suicide totally.
Oh?
Oh, truly, I apologize. I do so often forget things. Yo, Yako. What was her name again? I already forgot her name. Sonia. Every time I see her, I'm just like, that's Sonia, never mind.
Yuma.
The visitor. Who could it be? Yuma, can you go get it?
Oh!
Sure. Mister, you're like a little servant boy. The servant was in the previous chapter, or rather, the chapter we just did. Hey, it's the boy!
Oh, it's you!
My dad is back safe at home! It's all thanks to you! Thank you for helping us!
No, I just... Well, I'm happy for you.
Aw, look at you getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
Be quiet.
Oh! There's one more thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something?
Will you play catch with me?
Pass.
Huh? Catch? But
I guess pass is a form of catch.
Actually, sure. Let's play.
Alright, sure. You did just have a bit of trauma. Let's try to make you forget about it for a little while. You never even saw the dad's model in the end.
The unending rain. My memories still seem like faraway raindrops. My hands still have yet to grasp a single thing. I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here?
Oh god.
But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter. Why I wanted to be a detective. It could have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my hand. Maybe I should give myself credit for this small realization. So, for just a bit longer,
This was taken from the novel.
I think I'll keep pretending to be a detective.
It reminds me of the Great Ace Attorney's sort of scenes in the beginning. But yeah, it's a nice sort of monologue and personal growth of Yuma too. So it's not just everything he says or what he thinks with Shinigami, but also these sort of conclusion things. How he personally sees his own growth and what his long-term goals are. I got hit a bunch of times. Kind of scuffed. The reasoning dust matches are kind of stupidly difficult with the dodging. I kept on getting hit by them. It was dumb. Alright, let's read the details. All of them this time. I don't remember any of this. At least I didn't get anything lower than B for any of them. Yes, I'm a total nerd like that for caring about that. Not really. Not anymore anyways. Was that a quick save into going to the save screen? Okay. Okay. So, that is it for this session. Alright, my thoughts on it. So the Nailman killings. Honestly, it was a bit too easy, just like Chapter 0, in terms of I knew who the killer was ahead of time. And very least, they managed to sneak one killer past me, but I still lay the grounds there that it was complete bullshit. With the fucking method being they threw the keys through the tiny slits of the vent, and directly underneath the platform, this scrawny ass priest with barely any vision to actually get that proper shot in. And then, what the fuck? No way. That's cap. That's cap. And I don't know. It's just I can believe the other ones, I guess, but still. The reasoning's kind of shaky, and we also don't really know too much about the Amaterasu Corporation's involvement in the end, since it seems that Yomi gave us a lie and a half about some bribes or something. I mean, there seems to be some truth, but the blame is passed on, falsely to Seth in the end. Are we even closer to the big conclusion of what exactly the Great Mystery of Kanai Ward is? Maybe, actually. Even though it didn't seem like we accomplished anything. Priest had the power of God and anime for that show. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. He just channeled Danganronpa 1, Leon Kawata, please show me the way. But yeah, it was there is a few things of progress that have been revealed. For one, we now know the leader of the Amaterasu Corporation. May not necessarily bring us closer to truth, but if this is going to be following a formulaic structure with a peacekeeper stopping us every time, maybe by this chapter structure, we're actually going to be stopping and putting out of action every single peacekeeper until it's finally just Diomi. So that would be Seth. We'll probably never see him again because he's probably dead, or maybe he'll have passed in the end. Who knows? I think there was this, what's called... cyborg guy that was also in the trailer, and then there might have been a third girl with some green hair that was kind of bratty, and then the last two should be what's her name, Martina and Yomi. So that's 5 in total. Most likely that's the structure I'm predicting. Letting it here, folks. So we're going to eliminate them, and through the elimination of each of the peacekeepers, most likely we'll be seeing some greater truths revealed from each one. And maybe the cases are actually connected after all. For example, there may have been some bribes taken from the donations, but what does Amaterasu Corporation need that money for in first place? If they own everything, what are they using that money for? Maybe we'll learn in case 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, maybe the money is being used to fund something such as whatever's causing the rain, or suppressing the media, or and what is the rain? What is the end means for that? Maybe it's to, maybe it's causing the interference that's preventing outside connections, and maybe they're hiding some sort of secret. The great secret, I have no idea at this point, just not enough hints for that. But yeah, that is my roadmap for what I'm predicting so far. But yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. That'll be it for me. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow, for people who are going to follow this, same time at 7 p.m. For people who also follow Tokyo After School Summers, aka the majority of my content channel, sometime in the morning. I said at 11 a.m. ET, but it might be different depending on when I wake up and when I'm ready. Sometime in that time I'll be doing the new event, first look on it, Jurassic Summer Vacation or Vacants or whatever it's called. So yeah, look forward to that. Until then though, thank you for joining. I had a good time with Case, and I'm looking forward to chapter 2. See you then.